Hey guys, here's our Chapter 7 test. First and foremost, I want to let you know we're not doing every question on here, okay? So just follow along with me in the video and we'll be okay. So here we go. Looking at questions 1, 2, and 3, you need to use the Pythagorean theorem, which remember is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, okay? And we need to label our sides. The most important side is always c. So in number 1, this is your c. I'd make this a and this b. And then we'll do number 3. We'll skip 2. This would be side a, this would be b, and this would be c. And again, you're plugging them into the Pythagorean theorem right here, okay? So solve for those. Make sure you take the square root of the number at the end. Moving on here, we're going to do number 5. We're just going to do odds probably on the whole test, okay? So we're going to do number 5. We need to find the area of a triangle. Area equals base times height divided by 2. Okay, we need to figure out first what this height is right here. So this would be another Pythagorean theorem type problem. Okay, so to set this up, you want to go 32 squared plus x squared equals 34 squared. Solve for x, okay, and then you're going to take your answer. That's going to be this right here, the height. You're going to take the base, 32, so your area is going to equal the base, 32, times whatever the height is you get up here in the top part, and divide it by 2. Okay? That's how we do number 5. Numbers 7 and 9 we'll do. Actually, not 9, forget that. We'll do 8. 7 and 8. They want to know if this is a right triangle or not. So again, you're going to plug these into Pythagorean theorem. Remember this, the longest side is always your C. So this would be A, this would be B. A, B, and C. Okay, so plug them in to Pythagorean theorem equals C squared. And if you get the same number on both sides, if they both work out to be equal, then your answer is yes, they're a right triangle. And that's what they are asking you. Are these lengths for a right triangle? Okay? That's what we want to know. So if they work out the same on both sides, it's a yes. If they do not, it's no. Okay, we're going to jump down to number 11. Complete the proportion. So they're saying FG, which is a hypotenuse here, over DF, which is a short leg. So that's hypotenuse over a short leg. Okay, put SL for short leg. So that means over here it's got to be a hypotenuse over a short leg. And then the short leg they're referring to is DG. So who's the hypotenuse of this triangle that's going to go here? What letters would that be? That's what you're looking for there. Also, make sure you're putting all your answers over on the blanks over there. That'd be much appreciated. Okay, these are special right triangles. We're going to do number 12, 14, and I think that's good actually. We'll just do 12 and 14. Okay, so remember, I'm going to rewrite these rules. The first one is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Okay, so if these angles are the same and they're 45s, that means the sides are the same. So if the side is, let's say I got 7. The rule is then to get the hypotenuse, this part here, I got to take this, the leg times radical 2. So just Put them together. Don't actually even multiply them out. Okay, and number 14, it's a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So this is 30 here, this would be 60. This is the short leg right here. This would be the long leg, and this is obviously the hypotenuse. So let's say I had this as 5, the short leg. So you can use this as a model for number 14. To get the long leg, I have to take this times radical 3. So this would be just 5 radical 3. And then to get the hypotenuse, we double it. It's 2 times the short leg, or 2 times x. So 2 times 5 is 10. So this is the guide you want to use for number 14. Okay guys, on this next page we'll just do 18, 19, and 20. Okay, and I'm going to kind of help you set these up. So for 18 we want to find the value of x. So this is our reference angle. This would be the opposite. This would be the adjacent. So we want to say tangent, or use tangent of 38 equals 4 over x. And you need to solve for x. Okay? And if you get a decimal, that's okay. Number 19. This is my reference angle, which makes this the opposite and this the adjacent. So it means I'm going to go tangent 53 equals x over 12. And again, you're solving for x. And number 20, my reference angle is 49. Makes this the opposite. This is actually the hypotenuse. So we're going to use sine of 49 equals x over 15 and solve for x. Okay, in the next set we're going to do 24 and 26. We're going to figure out angle P. We're going to figure out how many degrees angle P is on each of these. So this is the angle we're looking with, which makes him the opposite, this and the adjacent. So we need to use the inverse of tangent. So you need to hit second on your calculator, tangent, and then opposite over adjacent. Okay? That's how you get your angle P. Round to the nearest tenth. That's 1 decimal place. Okay, on this one, 26, this would be your opposite. Whoops. This would be the hypotenuse. So we're going to use the inverse of sine is, and you need to go opposite over hypotenuse. So plug in those numbers, hit the second function so that you get the inverse, okay? And now I'll tell you how many degrees angle P is. Okay, the last one I'm going to have you do is number 28. Okay, and we're going to figure out the angles and the sides. So first let's start with the sides. We have 2 sides, so we can use Pythagorean theorem. Here's the right angle, which means he's side C. So make this A, this B, and that's C. So we're going to use A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So plug in your values and solve to figure out how long AB is. Okay? Then, to find angle A, okay, remember this would be the opposite, this would be the hypotenuse, so we're going to use the inverse of sine, and then plug in your opposite and your hypotenuse. I'll tell you how many degrees A is. And then to figure out C, how many degrees C is, okay, we can use, this would be the adjacent, and this would still be the hypotenuse. So use the inverse of cosine equals the adjacent, what number do you have there, over the hypotenuse. Okay, so you got 3 answers for number 28. That's the end of your test. Make sure you show all your work and put all the answers on the blanks. Hope you have a great rest of the day. God bless.